Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. He's on the move. Able to find Wright. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Right again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. To the outside, it's intercepted! Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys take over on his 5th interception of the season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
You know what, this game is hard. So sometimes catching a break or two in just the right circumstances is a big deal. Sideline could be your best friend as a runner, because you lose the ball next to it, there's a good chance it could go harmlessly out of bounds.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Coming left is White. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And I love a call like that. I think more coaches, coordinators should be more aware in the 3rd and short situation. Don't just have to throw it. Be willing to run it. And when you trust it, you can move the sticks.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Again, this is White. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10, Prescott. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it.
Intercepted by the Dolphins. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Tua now from the gun. He steps in and makes the interception. The rookie from Penn State makes the play. And the Cowboys are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Running behind center with Wright. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Still going inside the 35. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kick, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That was Micah Parsons making that play. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Flushed out of the pocket, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at 3rd and very long. To throw, Tunga Vailoa. Right, reels it in. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they're on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it's fielded but not returned for the end zone, so the ball's going to be placed at the 30-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. 1st down, here's Dak. That's complete, here's Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Escapes, he loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Tunga Vailoa off the play fake. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Tunga Vailoa back to the air after the pick. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be second down. There's a give for Wright. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Here's a give inside to Wright. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 37. Taken in by Smith. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second and 8. Forced out to his right. He's running with it. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Marshawn Nealon, the one to send him down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has the connection to Wright. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Wright running out of the gun. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Tagovailoa on first down. Searches from the pocket, isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Dolphins at a deficit. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the set. Completes this one to Hill. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Brought down by Deron Bland.
The This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. And they pick him off again. Donovan Wilson picks it off. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
It's caught. Ferguson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Devon Holland there to make the stop. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Dak now from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And 4th and 4 coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Dolphins football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
He rolls to his right. And they pick him off again! And the Cowboys get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now...
And oh, he got it! Interception! Devon Holland comes up with it. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Tagovailoa on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's Hill on the slant. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
A gain of 14. First down, Dolphins.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He lofts it deep left. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
First and goal, Miami.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. Intercepted in the end zone. Deron Bland has it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw, but you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
He'll throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Dak off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10, it's a give to White. Still going past the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Dallas. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first is Prescott. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. From the gun is Prescott. On the move, headed right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and 10, Prescott. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call. So they'll decline this and take the result. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. That's brought in by White. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm. And a nice little...
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This one from an even 40 yards out. Gay's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a run with right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
And the Cowboys bring a couple extra defensive backs out. 3rd down coming. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. This certainly is going to help field position. 26 on the run back. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. 1st down, here's Dak. Into traffic, complete. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Stopped by Chop Robinson.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Not on the same page with his tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. And he brings this one in, but does so out of bounds. That throw just took him too close to the boundary. We've got 4th down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And now they face second down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Finds him over the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Finds his man, Waddle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Well, third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Hits his target, and that's Durham Smythe. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First and 10 from the 41. Tua off the play fake. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Going play action, Tagovailoa. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Dolphins ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode. They trail to start the fourth. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Hill comes in motion left. Quick touch pass to the receiver. It's inside the 10. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Prescott set to pass. That's incomplete left side. trying to find his tight end. So second down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Running on second with White. Has a lane past the 45. And he's all the way into enemy territory, officially at the 49. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Ferguson there to bring it in. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Prescott, first and 10. He fires one deep down the middle. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
He's loaded another one up. They did it. He made the interception. And the Dolphins have some new life in the fourth. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. It's a gain of 22. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, here's Tua. On target to Waddle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Miami.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Oh no, they get him yet again! And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa back to the air after the pick. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge.
And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You've got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Desperation time here on 4th. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They come through with a massive gain there on 4th down, 24 yards, and it's a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Tagovailoa on 1st down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Hits the 20. And he makes the Heps go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively, because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Mostert on the return. And look at this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Has the connection to right. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Dolphins trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. 4th and 3, drive on the line. Tua now from the gun. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins cut the lead down to 10. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. It's close, but oh yes, the Dolphins got it back. All right, partner, peel back the curtain for everyone who's watched this happen on Sundays. Win looks unlikely, but they're still trying this kick. What is the coach now saying to his offense before they run out there?
I can hear the great Tom Moore, longtime NFL coach, over and over. He would preach to us through the week during the game. Whoever plays the game the hardest, the longest is going to win. And my goodness gracious, you just recovered an onside kick. So play this game to the final second.
Called in by Waddle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. He gets him to the line and spikes it, and that's going to preserve their timeouts. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Tua looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there. Throwing now. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now it's Matthew Wright for this field goal try. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
They've got less than 40 seconds to work with. Not impossible, but gotta recover this kick. And this kick is brought in by the Cowboys, and that should be enough to secure them this win. They may have caught them a little by surprise on the last onside try, but certainly much more prepared this time around. That one is not successful.
Yeah, it's tough enough. The numbers tell all of us, right? It's tough enough to do it once. Recovering 2 in a row, well, that's borderline impossible. And that hands team, they were going to let their side down a second time, that's for sure. These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear a lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Here's White again. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. He's back to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. The give now to White. And he's brought down for a loss. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this